Hey, what's going on? It's your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast.
Industry's Most Wanted.
Man, it has been a productive day over here at Industry's Most Wanted. We working, we grinding. I'm just loving this blue tracksuit you got on over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes me happy. Certain colors make me happy.
For sure.
Introduce yourself.
What up? What up? This Luv4Cru J, and right now I'm checking in with TampaMystic.
Listen, he said that like it's a whole drop. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we do drops.
That's really dope. Well, thank you so much for being here. Give me some love.
For
Boom.
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
The pleasure's all mine.
He brought me they brought me some beautiful gear. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you both so much. I can't wait to put it on and wear it.
No doubt.
Hallelujah, we finally coming into the season where we can start wearing it and not be sweating all over the place. Thank you, Jesus, because I'm ready for it. I'm here for it. Where you from originally?
I'm from Decatur, Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Decatur, where it's greater?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All the East Side stand up.
Nah, for real, man. I just want to just briefly touch on that, and then we're going to talk about the brand.
Let's get into it.
Man, I have so much love and respect for just Atlanta and all the surrounding areas. I've been coming out here since the 90s. I love telling this story because people got to know I'm a real OG, y'all. I was coming out here in the 90s for Freaknik.
Oh, yeah, Freaknik. That brought a lot of people out here.
Yes.
A lot of people that was from Freaknik ain't went home yet.
I wouldn't have went home if I had my son in 94 and I came out here in 95 and 96. And I think around 96, 97 is when they stopped doing it. So I caught the last couple years. So if it wasn't for me having my son at 19 and at that age, I would not have left. I probably would have went home to get my bags and come back.
Yep.
But, you know, I say that to say this, you know, coming out here back then in the 90s, I fell in love with the city.
Oh, yeah.
It was so embracing to me. I love the culture. I just love everything about it. I love the music that comes out of here.
Yep.
I love the fact that people are business minded. There's so many entrepreneurs created here.
Facts.
A lot of opportunity. So I love the city, man.
Yeah, me
Wanted
too.
to pay homage.
Yeah, one thing about Atlanta is one of them places where we dead serious about Atlanta.
Yeah.
You notice how like people that's from Atlanta stand on it different?
Nah, facts.
Because there's so many people from other places that people that's actually native here,
we
stand on it different.
Got to,
you
man.
know what I'm saying? We get more country, or we put the thing on it, you know what I'm saying?
Put that thing on,
put the thing on it and everything like that. But Atlanta's a beautiful place. It's a place where it's like nowhere in the world has a middle class like Atlanta.
Nah, I couldn't agree.
Black middle class.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Thriving black people and just people of any kind of struggle. Like, this is the place where you come where you want to get something and keep something. That's what's unique. I find unique about my city because, like, it ain't about. It's like Atlanta is the one place that everybody just trying to keep what they got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you come across and trying to take what they got, that's when the drama comes.
Nah, for real. They go, like you said, they gonna stand on it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
come down here ready to collaborate and get some money with some true Atlanta natives, you good. But you come down here with ulterior motives, your intentions ain't good, you'll get slimed out.
No, they'll eat you alive, spit you out, chew you up, spit you, and that's the way it should be. And when I first moved here in 2013, I didn't really know a lot of people. I moved here by myself. I shared with you guys, my son graduated high school and I packed my bags and I moved here because I knew if I wanted to elevate in radio and what I was doing, I had to be in a city like Atlanta, right?
100%.
Not to mention I told myself many years prior that I was going to live, 20 years prior, I said, I'm going to live there one day.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I'll tell you, it's been so beautiful. 6 months after I moved here, I was able to leave my job of 12 years and run my business full time. I wouldn't have been able to do that, I don't think, anywhere else.
Well, the culture promotes that. You know what I'm saying? It really does. It's one of them cultures where you come down here with a plan, you can actually execute it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And people here are so embracing. I've met some of my best friends right here in Atlanta. I don't know if I ever go anywhere else. Even my son just moved up here too. And that make me happy because, you know, he's out of the military now and he just bought a home out here, you know.
That's dope.
And I was just like, man, see, slowly I'm getting my people to migrate here.
Oh, yeah. That's how I go, though.
Nah, absolutely. It's a great city, especially for entrepreneurs.
Oh, yeah. If you can make it in Atlanta, you can make it anywhere.
Absolutely. And not to mention some of the greatest talents came out of this city.
100%.
Man, we could do a whole show just talking about that.
I know.
It's just so embracing. But, you know, we're here to talk about what you got going on. You have an amazing brand.
I appreciate it.
Before we start really talking about it, you know, take us back just a few steps prior to that. What were you doing before you started, creating this dope clothing line that you have?
Well, by trade, I'm a firefighter.
What?
Yeah, I'm a firefighter.
Man, salute you.
I appreciate that.
Major salute to you.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know if I ever really met a firefighter before.
Yeah, and I don't really tell that, but, it ain't no secret. One thing about it is it was an easy transition from me being an athlete.
Yeah.
I never seen myself wearing no suit and no tie, punching no clock.
Understood.
And with me being a firefighter, that whole schedule fit what I had going on outside of my job.
Understood.
I never wanted to lock into a job, but I wanted a job for the insurance, the benefits, and everything like that.
Right.
And then it's actually a cool job that goes hand in hand with my actual personality.
Yeah.
I have a, giving, helping spirit about myself.
You really out here saving lives.
Yeah, I am, literally. And that's where it all ties back into the power of hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you look at my logo called the power of hands, it represents one hand reaching down, one hand reaching up. We all done been in each and one of these areas before.
Yeah.
Wherever you at in your life right now, you can relate to this logo.
No, that's facts. We've all been in positions where we had to reach and help someone, or we had to reach for help.
Exactly.
100%.
Let me tell you a fun fact, right? You know why the hands ain't touching? Because that represents potential.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because
love that.
because it requires potential for me to reach down.
Yeah.
And it also requires potential for me to reach up. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. How did you come up with the concept?
I'm just a creative by nature. I roll out of the bed and do dope shit every day. You know what I'm saying? I ain't lying. That's just really what it was. And when I was actually carving out exactly what I wanted to do, it just came naturally. I can't tell you exactly how I came with my logo and the whole origin of the brand I have. It's an acronym, actually. Luv4Cru means life, understanding, values, creatively restoring unity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's deep.
It is.
It's not just a name. Some people have brands and it's just simply that, a name, which is cool.
Yeah.
But I love when there's meaning behind it.
Oh, yeah, it's for sure got a meaning. And 4 represents 4 seasons.
Yeah.
So I want to feel responsible for swagging and dripping out the culture all 4 seasons.
Period.
And on top of that, 4 quarters make $1, right? So
you really thought all this through.
Yeah,
you got a marketing mind.
I do. I'm pretty marketing savvy.
Yeah. And that's important when you're a brand owner. You have to have that marketing behind it, because you could have the dopest whatever, whether you're an artist and you got the dopest music, or you could be a fashion designer or whatever it is. But if you don't put the marketing and promo behind it, doesn't matter. No one's going to know about it.
And that's what we pride on. I mean, you look at our pages, look at the way I construct the landscape of our pages on Instagram, Facebook, and everything. It just makes sense. Like, it's not all over the place. All my pictures are professional. I ain't taking no goofy selfies or nothing like that. Like, I take pride in actually everything is a rollout. You know what I'm saying? And the way I drop my clothes and for the brand is in capsules. You know what I'm saying? I call my collections capsules.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Because what you want to do, you don't want to oversaturate yourself in the game. So you want to give them just enough to keep them interested.
Absolutely.
Especially at this stage in the game. We so early, you'll burn yourself out.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of new artists, musically, fashion, whatever, they get so caught up in the microwave era and trying to overproduce that they burn themselves out. The world ain't even caught you yet. Like your first go round. I want to make sure that my first go round, before I start my second go round, that I done left an imprint.
Absolutely.
Before I move on, so I won't burn out and start second guessing my creativity.
I love that you're just moving so strategically with it, and you're trusting the process rather than rushing the process.
Exactly. I like to just say something like, I'm taking the stairs, not the elevator.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't want to miss out on no steps and lessons in the game.
Yes.
Yeah, I want it all, the good, the bad, and everything that comes with the game. I'm built for it.
Absolutely. And I would imagine that no matter, what brand or what business you get in, like, there's so much to learn.
It is.
Like, so much to learn. Like you said, you want to take them steps, the stairs, rather than taking the elevator, because you don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, because the game will tell on you and it'll turn on you.
Right.
Because one thing about it is you can be too successful. See, a lot of people don't understand that philosophy. You can be too successful too fast. One thing about this culture and this, urban culture, they want to feel like they're growing with you.
Yeah.
Once they feel like you've outgrown them, or they no longer have a hand in your success, they'll stop supporting you.
Absolutely.
So,
You just said a mouthful right there. That is such major facts. You're right, because unfortunately, there's a lot of people out here who they want to be on the forefront of everything.
Exactly.
They don't want anybody helping them.
Yep.
And if they don't feel like they're an important part of what you got going on, they don't want to be a part of it at all. That's crazy. It's like when you have a team of people, everybody needs to know what their role is and annihilate that role.
Exactly.
But there's a lot of people out here, unfortunately, it's just they don't have those type of mindsets.
And that's the separation.
That's the separation right there.
Separation.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And you've got a quality brand.
Thank you.
Let's talk about it. Because, again, there's a lot of people out here who do what I do. A lot of people do what you do.
Yep.
It's a matter of setting yourself apart.
Exactly.
Making yourself stand out.
Well, what I like to try to do, I just take an interest in striking at what I'm doing first.
Yeah.
What I find out with a lot of up and comings, they try to stick their hands in too many baskets. You know what I'm saying? Without striking first.
Yeah.
My philosophy is this. If I strike at what I'm doing that I wake up and do every day, if I strike at that, everything beyond my wildest dreams will come true.
Yeah.
Next thing I go from fashion designing to doing movies.
There you go.
No, it's just, that's the transition. You have to be successful at something to kick the door in for everything else you want to do. And I think a lot of people, they put the cart before the horse, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
As far as
you got so much wisdom.
Well, I appreciate that. I was just raised right, and I'm not ashamed of it. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with both of my parents. That's beautiful right there. And my dad, hard nosed, my mom, savvy, business savvy. So I just grew up getting a lot of game.
That's something to brag about.
I do.
That's something to brag about, really, because a lot of, people, unfortunately, didn't grow up in a 2-parent household.
Yeah.
I was like you, blessed, had both my parents, and they instilled so much into me. My dad was one of the main reasons I did move here, because he encouraged me.
Oh yeah.
Go for it.
Exactly.
This is what you want to do. I know you can make it happen. Go for it. So that's beautiful right there.
People just gotta stay true to themselves.
Yeah.
I think we're living in a world where everybody want to be somebody they're not, and they getting spanked behind it. You can't do that. Like, you outside your element nowadays. The penalty is your life. And you got to take your life serious nowadays.
Yes.
Yeah, because when you out your element, you doing something that ain't nobody accustomed to seeing you do. That's what getting people killed.
It puts you in a dangerous position.
It puts you in a dangerous situation.
Absolutely.
So you just got to embrace your truth. I suggest everybody out there in the world, embrace your truth. You know what I'm saying? And free yourself from anything stereotypical about anything. If that's you and you wake up and you do that every day, that's you.
Absolutely. No, you are absolutely right. And just to touch on that ever so slightly, what you said is true, because there's so many young men, I'm going to say more so men, getting their lives taken from them senselessly because they're putting themselves in a bad predicament, wearing huge chains and stuff. People want that. They're going to try to take it from you.
Yeah. Rest in peace, PNB Rock, man. He's one of the
you see, I got my Lucci plaque up there. That was one of my favorite songs where he featured PNB Rock. That's my first plaque I got right there.
That was tragic what happened to him.
So sad.
They knocking a lot of our brothers down, man. This rap game and this whole culture, it's a dangerous culture to be in. That's why when you decide to be a part of this culture, you have to move in such a strategic way where it kind of keeps you out of the...
Talk about it. That's facts.
It's serious out here.
You do. Like, you literally have to move with your head on a swivel.
Oh, yeah.
When I first moved to Atlanta, like, I already knew, like, coming out here, I didn't really know a lot of people. I knew a handful of people, and I was like, you know what? I have to make sure that every time I go somewhere, I got to, like, really study, where am I going? Yeah. Am I going to a safe place? Yeah. Am I going to walk out of there and, because... my car got broken into 3 times the first year that I was here. I learned, okay, I'm not going there again.
Oh yeah, it's like that. You gotta do your homework.
Absolutely, but it could be anywhere you go. Like you said, you just got to do your homework, because it's crazy. But yeah, we have to move strategically out here.
Got to.
Let's talk about the Fire brand, man, because I've seen some people who got some stuff that's mediocre, but this is top notch, like quality.
Appreciate that. And it's just a reflection of the fact that I'm not in a rush. Luv4Cru ain't in no rush.
Yeah.
Like, I'll use an example like Virgil, Off-White. You can't tell Virgil or anybody in Off-White Gucci when to drop.
Right. Absolutely.
Right? You got to condense and train the people to prepare themselves for what you're offering in the marketplace.
Yeah.
And when you do that and take that approach, it slows everything down. So you concentrating on all the right things.
Yes.
It's like a instant way of scaling your business when you're just trying to perfect something.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't have to scale if you're going into it with a scaling mentality.
Yeah.
And making sure you put quality over quantity.
There you go.
Exactly.
Man, that's facts. And that's just the facts of life.
Yeah.
That's the facts of life.
Facts of life.
Let's talk about the gear itself. Who's the creative mind behind the concept of what you're going to put out?
Me.
He said me.
Love
Pop your collar. Okay.
Luv4Cru J. Yeah, I'm the marketing and the creative director as well as the CEO. But I have an amazing team though.
Yeah.
But when you answer that question, that comes from me.
You got a beautiful young lady that came with you today. Hello.
Yeah. What up, Lux?
You got to have a solid team around you.
Got to.
That is a so important key alert when it comes to business.
For sure, you got to. You can't do this by yourself, but you also got to know, everybody got to know their role. And you got to stand in that role.
Annihilate it. That's what I like to say. Annihilate your role. Like, do that thing to your full potential. So do you sit down and just have creative days where you come up with new ideas? Talk to us. Break it down for us.
Okay, I just roll out of bed and do dope shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why when it came to me creating a brand.
He true Atlanta for real.
Look,
you just look like you from Atlanta. Like, I love it.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. So when it comes to me doing the brand, it's just a reflection of my lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's not a reach. I've been fresh, jumping fly every day of my life since I was a young kid. You know what I'm saying? So when it's not a stretch, everybody know JV to be this. Everybody know JV to be that. So when it came to me and attaching myself to clothes and actually trying to dress and drip the culture, it was like, oh yeah, that's Jay. We know Jay.
Right. Like
He's been doing it.
It was natural for you.
Yeah, it's a natural thing. And that goes back into staying in your element. Like, I'm not trying to do nothing that I don't have a real understanding about.
There you go.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Because you're going to be able to annihilate that as well. Like, you understand it.
Yeah.
That's your truth.
It is.
You're living it.
It is.
So you can absolutely take control of that and give it to the best possible to the world.
Exactly. So when you ask a question like that, it's like, it's hard for me to answer that because I just pride myself on doing dope shit.
Yeah.
And I'm in a position. See, I wasn't going to be happy. God knew I wasn't going to be happy until I put myself in a position and use the God-given talent that he gave me.
Yeah.
And so I just knew I had something to give to the world. You know what I'm saying? I was rapping a little bit early on back in high school and, you know, leading up into, you know, I still can rap. But, you know, that's a young man's sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
oh, you still young. What you talking about?
I'm relatively young and I still got a tape in me. If I'm inspired.
There you go.
Once Luv4Cru crack, then we can open up the doors for everything.
There you go.
So I don't put no limitations on nothing that I do. I just know the importance of actually popping.
There you go.
Something
you understand
first.
business.
I do. And I'm not a scatterbrain. So
no, I could tell. Exactly. You absolutely have your mental clarity there.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're super focused.
Thank you.
When was Luv4Cru born?
Actually, the official launch and release date of Luv4Cru is February 15th, 2020.
So it's a couple years, two and a half,
something
years like
old.
that, a little over 2.5.
And we've been piping hot ever since. We ain't took our foot off the gas not one time. You know, even we actually survived the pandemic. The team and we pride ourselves on actually surviving the pandemic.
I love that.
Because the timeline was crazy. I launched February 15, 2020. The pandemic hit March.
Yeah, I know.
So, and we didn't panic. The weird thing about it, I don't know if it was the new energy surrounding or the synergy surrounding what we were doing. We didn't panic, you know, and we started with the mask and
there you go. You just adapt.
Oh yeah.
You adapt. That's all you do.
Yeah, but it was a way crazy early adaptation. Nobody in business should have to adapt that fast.
No, that was like a month later adaptation. Yeah.
Oh,
but you did that though.
I did that.
And you got to pat yourself on the back for that. That's a major accomplishment, you and your team.
Yeah, for sure. I want to send a shout out to my team. They helped me really execute that. Yeah.
So when you initially launched in February 2020, what did you present to the world at that time? What did you have available?
Well, we specialize in street couture.
Okay.
Athleisure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Our biggest things that we sell is tracksuits, hoodies, sweatshirts, crop top hoodies for women, tracksuits for women, leggings for women, legging sets for men, polos, socks, hats, t-shirts, hoodies, crew neck sweatshirts, bubble jackets, plaid shirts.
Oh yeah, you got everything. All the stuff I like to wear.
Yeah, we do. We service the streets. That's what we do. Because we understand that the culture, the streets dictate the culture.
There you go. That is facts.
The streets dictate the culture, and that's just what we do. I understand it, so I know how to feed the culture.
Do you have socks?
Yeah, we got socks.
Hey, you all got it covered. That's one thing I always ask when I speak to people who have their own brand or merch, because I love crazy different socks, kind of, you know. And a lot of them are like, "No, I don't." I'm like, add that to your you got it covered. For sure we do. And we're going to get you some socks. Yeah, we got you. Please believe it. Now, do you guys do custom pieces? Like if you, for instance, you got somebody who wants to rock your brand but maybe wants something custom, is that something you can accommodate? Actually, we only do custom colors. Okay. Like, I don't play with the brand, the logo. The brand, the logos, and do all that, you know, type of stuff. Right. What I might do and might be more open-minded to do is collaborations with other brands. There you go. And, you know, which is a goal of mine, you know. So if somebody sees what you have on right there and they're like, I love it, but I want it in purple, and you don't have purple, you can accommodate. We can accommodate that. That's dope. For sure. That's our level. That's as far as we go, as far as playing with the brand, giving people too many options. Like, understood. Yeah. You don't want to get too deep in that, because then it becomes messy. Exactly. People are going to get weird and want the weird request, and we're like, yeah, we ain't doing all that. Exactly. Just want to condense everything and just, you know, you can't tell Gucci what colors to drop. There you go. You know, so, absolutely. So, yeah. Absolutely. What's been the wildest request that you've gotten, if any? To actually take my product and actually attach somebody else's name and what? You know, to it. We ain't doing all that, y'all. Right. Yeah, that was wild. You've worked too hard. Yeah. This is your baby. Yeah. You have to nurture it and love on it and like it's a child. Yeah, we do. That was wild. I couldn't believe somebody asked me to do that. The nerve of them, right? Yeah. Yeah, what I drop is what I drop. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in a rush. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes out, it's already quality control. And this is what I want to give to the culture. Yeah. And like I say, we can play with some colors for you on some custom stuff. But outside of that, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. Absolutely. And it's quality gear as well, which is important because that's what's going to keep people coming back. Yep. They're going to wash it and see, okay, it's still all together. It's intact. Yeah. You know, take Luv4Cru gear to the dry cleaners. I strongly recommend you take our gear to the dry cleaners based on the fact that you want the longevity. You want to wear this stuff. Absolutely. We drop timeless pieces. So absolutely. So the stuff that you launched with, have you added anything to the collection since what you launched with? So it's pretty much remained the same. Yeah, which you have a wide variety. I do. And you know, with that, as your brand grow and you get distro and some of the doors start opening up for you, start partnering up with other companies, we'll explore that. Like jeans and stuff. You don't want to play with that until you get the correct resources to actually do that the right way. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Yeah. So let's talk about where people can shop with you. I had asked you earlier on. You are in the House of Fresh, which is here in Atlanta. Yeah, shout out to Drummer Boy. Shout out to Harry. Shout out to everybody. Yeah, they're my guys. House of Fresh. Those the guys. We at the House of Fresh, of course. And we at my website. Yep. Luv4Cru.com, LUV4CRU.com. Yep. And you guys ship pretty much anywhere? Oh yeah, we ship next day. Yeah, we got the best streamlined. Don't play with him. We got the best streamlined shipping process for a young independent brand that you probably could meet. Man. Yeah. So fast forward 2.5 years later, did you expect to be where you're at right now? Yep. He said, yup. Yep. I say that sitting up, yup. Yeah, because you know yourself. Yeah, and you get what you put in. Yeah. You know, yeah, I understand that. The crown is heavy on the king's head, you know? Absolutely. Yeah, so you got to be able to take it, the good, the bad. You got to take the curves with the straights. So you said that Drummer Boy's a brand ambassador for you. Yeah. How did that situation come about, if you don't mind sharing? Oh, yeah. We just locked in, man. He believed in what I was doing. I was a fan of his music and everything he had going on. Yeah. I sat around him and hung around him a few times long enough for him to really catch my vibe, and he believed in it. And it's been history. Like, he's one of the most genuine people ever. He loves our gear, man. I know he does. He believes in what I got going, what we got going.
and we believe in what he got going. So it's a beautiful relationship.
Absolutely. So I know there's probably some other young men and women out there who may aspire to work with you. Are you guys at all seeking other brand ambassadors?
Yeah, we always seeking brand ambassadors. That's what it's all about. That's what power of the hand symbolizes.
Yeah.
One hand reaching down, one hand reaching up.
I love it.
We always in a giving back mind frame. It just has to make sense, And so yeah.
Every move we make has to make sense.
Has to make sense.
Has to make sense. Absolutely. We're taking steps forward. There is no steps back at this point.
Nope.
We can't afford that.
Can't afford it. It's expensive.
No, I can only imagine, especially again because you're putting out quality gear.
Yeah.
You're not going up to the gas station buying T-shirts and throwing your logo on there.
Exactly. It's a difference. See, what I want people to understand, it's a difference from having a brand and a clothing line and then merch.
So break that down for us if you don't mind, because some people out there, and I don't mean to interrupt you, some people may not understand what the difference is. Can you break that down for us?
Okay, a clothing line is actually something that's curated and believed in from top to bottom. Tags to snap tags, the inside tags, the details is actually custom made product.
Yeah.
Merch is something to support a particular situation.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like a tour. You got tour
you
merch.
You print up 100 T-shirts with your name on it,
and they might have gilding in the back.
Right.
Which is cool. That's a hustle too. But
of course,
people be thinking they be having clothing brands when they just really selling merch.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Big difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference. But to each his own. It's a lane and money out here for everybody. So I just understand the difference. And that's the difference between Luv4Cru and somebody else that's doing that.
Absolutely. And I loved it when people actually elevate. I have some friends of mine in Florida, and they have a brand called Multiple Hustles, and they have a lot of, track suits and different stuff. And when they first started, they had the sweatshirts that they bought from the store through their logo. Now they full got the tags and they're, I just love to see that elevation.
Got to elevate. It's the natural progression.
Absolutely. Have you had anybody wear your brand inside of like any music videos or anything yet?
Yeah.
Talk to us about it.
I'm glad you asked that, man. We just actually I'm finna let the cat out the bag. We got 50 Cent wearing a tracksuit.
What?
Yep.
Whoa! You just gave me chills. That's big. Congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. And that's shout out to Hari and Drummer Boy over there at House of Fresh. They connected the dots for me on that play, and it actually was executed, man. Fifth is on a PJ
that
wearing
is amazing.
Luv4Cru tracksuit, man. It was a big. I haven't even actually. This is an exclusive because I haven't even rolled out the promo for it yet.
Wow, that's huge.
Oh yeah,
big things popping.
Oh yeah, that's gonna open up some doors for sure. I just wanted to make sure that when we got that type of content, we actually was ready to move and do something with it. We get content all the time, not from big artists like 50 Cent. But it's my job to really actually roll it out.
Yes.
Everything is about a rollout.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's like you had to have a blueprint.
You have to have a blueprint. You have to have momentum around and surrounding what you're actually doing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So shout out to 50 Cent, man. If you're watching this or this ever come across your path, big dog, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate you. You didn't have to do that. And we hope to give you some more gear and link up with you in the future again.
That's some genuine love right there.
Big love.
Big love. Have you done like pop-up shops and stuff like that?
No, I actually had, we've done one or two since Corona.
Yeah.
But now that we getting our buzz, establishing our buzz, we finna go crazy. So
let's dive into that a little bit deeper.
Let's get it.
You're in the House of Fresh. Mm-hmm. Is there other places that and you don't have to say who, but is there other places that you're maybe in talks with about getting your merch? Oh
yeah, it's a little premature to actually talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got some deals on the table. It's just I don't want to talk about them until it materializes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure, because people watching. And and I just want to make sure that we connecting the dots, dotting the I's and crossing the T's before I actually speak on it. But yeah, it's a lot going on behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where do you aspire to go with your brand?
Man, I tell people all the time, like I aspire to be like the next Carl Kanai. You familiar with Carl Kanai?
Yeah, of course, I'm OG.
Exactly. Like I just aspire to just control the market, you know what I'm saying? And with fashion and use that as a vehicle to do whatever it is else I want to do. You know, whether it's grab a few artists, you know, start a label, perhaps. I mean, I understand what the power of being successful does.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really put no limitations on what I can do, because I can do it all.
Yes.
I just understand the process of actually seizing the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So everything that comes from this, I'm willing to take advantage of.
Yeah, because people, like you just mentioned 50, people like him, he does so many other things.
Yep.
Besides being a dope artist.
For sure. But Get Rich or Die Trying opened the door for him
there
to
you
do
go.
all that.
Period.
Stuff. So you just got to understand, you know, what you're doing when you're doing it.
Would you ever look at potentially having your own storefront?
Yeah, I want to do a flagship store for real. Like that's again, it's just all timing.
Yeah,
you gotta give the people opportunity to care.
Yes, absolutely.
To invest in what you're doing, and you know, right now ain't the time to do that. Right now, we too busy heating up the streets, putting clothes on backs, getting looks. It's just the groundwork stage of what we're doing. However, my goal is to have a flagship Luv4Cru store in Atlanta.
I totally get it. Like, honestly, I've been doing this for 12 years, and it took me almost that entire time to finally establish my own place. I always worked out of other people's studios.
For sure.
And then at some point in time, I aspired to have my own building.
Yeah.
But it takes time.
Like
you said, it has to make sense. Every move we has to make sense.
Has to make sense.
But it's dope for you with, you know, you having the Luv4Cru, you know, line. You can tap into places like the House of Fresh.
Oh, yeah.
They can house it for you.
Oh yeah, especially at this particular stage. That's big for me at this particular stage. But ultimately, I definitely want to have a flagship Luv4Cru store somewhere in the heart of the city.
And you guys are online, which that is the biggest thing, because people can now tap in from around the world.
Exactly. Right now, it's just with the economy the way it is. You want to be real careful about over investing in things at this particular stage.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
We have to be slightly frugal.
Yeah, you have to be, but effective.
Effective.
Yeah.
Right. When we spend our coin, it has to make sense. As we keep saying, you know, every move we make has to make sense.
Yep.
What else you got in the works? You know, like, is there other business ventures? I know you said at some point maybe a label, but is there anything else that you're looking to tie in currently that you can talk about?
Actually, no.
No.
I'm all locked in with Luv4Cru right now. That's my baby.
It's a lot of work, right?
It's a lot of work. It keeps me focused. I actually get a kick out of seeing people wear my gear. You know what I'm saying? Like,
who was the first person outside of your immediate that wore one? Do you remember? Like, who was the first person to maybe purchase something from you? Or was it somebody you didn't know and they ordered it online?
A name or just like a big name?
Like, do you remember, like, it doesn't have to be a name in particular. Do you remember that first sale?
Oh, yeah. That first sale was at my actual lunch.
Okay.
Because that lunch was an actual pop-up shop.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't done a pop-up shop since then.
How did it feel?
Oh, it felt good, man. I get a lot of support from my neighborhood because I'm truly from the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And people know me, and I've been playing ball, and I was known before this. And I just actually know how to capitalize on my popularity.
Yeah, you have a humble spirit too.
Thank you. I'm humble. I pride myself on being humble.
I definitely get that. I'm getting the humble energy from you, and when you have that and it's genuine, people feed off of that. They want to be around you. They want to shop with you.
Thank you.
I want to shop with you.
That's 100%. You know what I'm saying? And that contributes to a lot of our success. Like I ain't reaching. Like I'm just doing what I do.
You're doing what you do, and it's just coming genuinely. Because you've probably been a blessing to other people throughout your life.
I have, even just in my occupation. Like I told you, I was a firefighter and stuff. That job right there just prepared me to just do what I'm doing, you know, helping people. Like I've seen, and I've been on different scenes where I've been a help and a service to my community.
Absolutely. You know? We get our blessings from God, not man.
Oh, yeah.
And because you've saved people's lives.
Yeah, I have.
You put your life on the line to help other people.
I have.
God's going to take care of you in abundance for the rest of your life.
Yeah, thank God, man. And
thank
I don't even really talk about that part of it because I rarely get asked what I got going on outside of what I'm actually having
I like to know that stuff, though.
Yeah, and I don't mind sharing it. Ain't no shame in my game about nothing. I'm just an open book. I'm transparent. Yeah. And it is what it is.
Because I really like to understand people's journeys. Because I get inspired by it and I get motivated by it. I have this conversation a lot with people, rather than us being hypocritical towards people saying, don't do this or you should do it this way. I like to hear their journey. That's what motivates me.
Yeah.
You know, I want to hear your story.
Yeah.
Where did you come from? How did you get to where you're at? That's what fuels me and fires me up.
Yeah, that's what makes people want to invest in what you're doing as well. Yeah.
Absolutely, because they know you got a real story.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So anything else in the works that you got coming up? Any more pop-up shops or anything up your sleeve you can tell us about?
Oh, yeah. The 50 Cent was an exclusive.
Okay.
I'm going to roll that out. I haven't even rolled that out, but by the time this interview airs, everybody will have seen 50 Cent wearing the Luv4Cru tracksuit. You know what I'm saying? That's super duper dope and exclusive and big for the brand. Outside of that, we just pushing. I'm finna get ready to drop my fall and winter collection. And
when is that going to be releasing?
It's going to be releasing around Halloween.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And we normally do something for breast cancer. I'm kind of talking to the team and trying to see if we're going to do a breast cancer thing.
Yeah.
I done that maybe, a year and a half ago, and it was a success.
Oh, that's
but
amazing.
I started noticing that people stopped being interested in that month. You know, it was big.
It was.
But it started dwindling down. And I didn't do it last year, but I'm thinking about doing a little small capsule.
There you go.
Like
absolutely.
a small capsule to keep that going.
Super limited edition type.
Super limited. Super limited. Everything we try to do is super exclusive. You know what I'm saying? So when you see somebody in the streets with this on, they tapped in for real.
Do you have orange?
No, I actually don't have any. What you mean? Orange is what, hints of orange or just full orange?
Like if this particular one you were wearing, but in orange.
No. However, I can accommodate that. Like I can do a custom colored tracksuit.
I'm just thinking that's, the fall season browns and oranges.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I'm actually.
People want to look like a pumpkin. I'm just saying. Like I like orange.
I like orange too. I like a darker, deeper orange.
Right, almost like a red, like a blood orange, or
burnt orange.
Burnt orange, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
What about yellow?
In the yellows, I like more so canary yellow.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like bright yellows.
Yeah, yellow's a happy color.
Yeah, I'm an earth tone type of guy. I like burgundies,
Yeah.
hunter greens, royal blues, navy blues.
I'm with you on that. I'm not big on the like super bright colors.
Yeah, this is pretty bright, but it's dope.
No, it is super dope. It's not dope. It's super dope.
Thank you.
I love that color.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, listen, thank you so much for being here today.
I appreciate it.
Sharing your journey with us. Luv4Cru is the amazing brand. Tell them one more time the website.
All right, Luv4Cru.com, LUV4CRU.com. Check us out on Instagram at Luv4CruJ. Check us out on our official brand page, Luv4Cru_Brandon & Co. And follow everything that says Luv4Cru. We got like 6 other pages. We got brand managers, street representatives, everything. So if you see Luv4Cru, follow it.
And they got something for everybody.
We got something for everybody.
Like whatever it is that you're shopping for, they've got it.
Tenfold.
It's great like that.
It's great like that.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, everybody that supported me, man. Everybody that's bought something from the website. Everybody that we've gifted something to wear for a particular reason or a cause. Thank you for wearing it. Thank you for all the streets. We just want to tap in and say thank you to the streets. The streets has held us down since we launched, and they're going to continue to hold us down.
I can't wait to wear mine. I might wear it a few times. Sometimes you wear something, you're like, oh, I can only show this once because, Yeah.
But the only people feel like that when you overspend. When you overspend on something, it puts something in your brain that you can only wear once.
Right.
Which is so weird.
That's so weird to me.
Like if you
nobody does that. Really.
Yeah. But our brand ain't like that. Our brand is timeless. It's not trendy. It's not silly or goofy. You know what I'm saying? If it was hot tomorrow, it'll be hot 2 years from now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's how I drop. That's how I create. Yeah.
Well, last but not least, and this is going to be the most important question. Luv4Cru is the amazing brand. Luv4Cru J is in the building. Yeah. We live where?
Industries.
TampaMystic.
Industries most wanted.
Industry most wanted. Luv4Cru J checking in.
So you got to tell us what makes your brand Luv4Cru the industry's most wanted.
Shit, man, because we just tapped into the streets. For real. And we putting this stuff on people's backs. That's what it's about. And we selling it too.
Selling it straight like that.
Selling it. Selling it.
I love your energy, bro.
I love your energy too.
Man, Big Fast, give me some love one more time. You feel that energy?
Yeah, that's big energy.
Bam. Thank you so much for being here today.
I appreciate you.
I can't wait to rock my gear.
Oh, man.
And I'm gonna make sure I post it, and I'm gonna tag you guys because I want to be able to potentially generate some of my followers to come shop with you.
Man, that's a blessing. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. We up out of here, you guys.
Peace.